What's going on, guys? Still on Ron Raccoon. Today we're here finally back with another figure review. I know it's been a minute. I haven't really had a chance to get to some of these. I have a couple, like three more after this sitting around that I've been trying to get to, but I haven't had a chance to, just with the Beyblade stuff and otherwise. But we're here. I have some time. Finally going to do this. I'm trying to knock out a couple more of these here soon. Of course, what you see here, we have the Gundam Universe 00 Quant Trans Am mode. This is the Target exclusive version. Get the big sword, get the fancy shield, and I don't know, is it OO Quant? I think it's 00 Quant, what most people say. I'm not as familiar with this particular model, or this, I guess, suit, rather. I don't think I've seen this movie. I don't remember. I've been trying to catch up on a lot of Gundam stuff, too, but uh, there's a lot. A lot. So I don't know everything about everyone, but again, that's why I like this series so much, this line, rather, that you can get a quick, cheap figure of whatever model you want, any suit you want. Really, they have Epion now. I saw it. I've been calling for it for years, and they finally have it. I haven't seen it in person yet or whatever, but I'll keep an eye out for it. I will buy that one if I can find it. But yeah, Epion's out now, so they are trying to hit all the big ones and all the different forms or whatever, as well as giving us the Gundam, the Trans Am exclusives, which are normally just for Target because they're red and pink, and Target's color is red. So you can find this at your local Target. There's still plenty, I would imagine. Even the last time I went to Target, which was a little bit ago now, I still found plenty of them, as well as I found semi more recently, I think I made a post about it, Gundam Death Scythe Hell, or Death Scythe Hell, as I always have to say it like that because it's edgy and emo. They do have that one, and I have that one sitting just off screen. I know I made a post about it forever ago, but we're about this one today. So we're going to go over, check out the box, of course. I love the art they do on these boxes. They look very nice. Very detailed, and of course the product shots on the side, and then the little action shots saying, oh, what it can do. And as always, we should always read the back of the box. First appears in the film Mobile Suit Gundam 00, the movie, A Awakening of the Trailblazer. And that was a 2010 movie. Special mobile suit design for Setsuna F's Sayai? I'd never actually realized how to pronounce that. After he awakens as a purebred innovator. It uses two GN drives, one located in the shield attached to his shoulder armor. When the quantum system reacts to Setsuna's abilities, it can change into the quantum burst form capable of communicating with the extraterrestrial life form ELS. What does any of that mean? I don't know. All I know is it means giant robot, big punch, super awesome mega sword. Look at its sword. It's really cool. I like that a lot. I didn't realize that's how it combined at first until I read the instructions and went, oh, this one has the sword. So I'm going to drop the sword for a second. It does also have this that opens up this little flap right here. Let me adjust you guys for a sec. There we go. It has this little flap right here, I guess, to enhance its boosty mode. It's just kind of there. The mobility, the flexibility is your standard Gundam Universe posing. It can kick back pretty well, kick forward pretty well. Side, it gets kind of limited by the skirt. No loose joints on mine that I've noticed, really. Except maybe this thing's spinning around up top. Take that off for now. Got the full 360 spin. This one is kind of hindered by the shoulder apparatus here to hold the shield. But you got your typical elbow, which actually extends out pretty well. I think that's a double jointed elbow. Is that new? I don't think they've done that in the past figures. That might be something on the slightly newer ones. Impressive. I like that. The knees are still good. I think a double jointed knee would be good in most of these, and of course that's the port that it comes with. I always just put those attached from the box onto the figure, just so I always have them there, because I know I'll lose them otherwise. Head can't move too much, especially with this kind of in the way, and you have the V-fins on the chest that kind of get in the way, but you can split the hand around, look up, look down. Average head movement, you know. A little bit of an angle, which is nice, as it pops off pretty easy, but you can get some good motion, especially if you have it on a stand. You can get a good flight pose going, or like it's dashing in with its big sword, have it back this way and look like that, and have the shield blocking up front. Let's see if I can throw that on there for you so you can see what I mean. Something like that. Have the shield forward, sword back, and soaring in an action pose. I need to... One day I'll have proper stands. I have some that I can build, and I've built one or two of them for other things. I just need to get around to do it. It's just... I always feel like I'm going to mess it up, you know. Same thing where I haven't put together any of the model kits I have around. So, typical Gundam Universe posing. Now, as for the accessories, this comes on in the box, but it is removable. And can do that if you want to make go waka waka. Have that talk. As for the rest of the accessories, and put the box down here for now. There's a typical, I already showed off the stand adapter, which is on the bottom of the figure. It's just I don't know why they don't just have it attached on in the first place. You get the fist hands that they always come with. You got the right gripping hand, and then the left gripping hand, which is always a trigger finger hand on the right hand. I don't know why they always make it a trigger finger hand, especially when not every time it's a suit that has a gun. This one technically has a gun, but like on Wing, or which Wing was it? I don't remember. There's one of them where it gave me a trigger finger hand and all I had was a sword, so I don't get it. But it holds all the same. It just slots right in as such. Holds it just fine. Now this is a bigger piece of plastic, so it may be hard to keep it upright. I know I was kind of having a little bit of a struggle getting the thumbnail because, you know, sword is heavy, plastic is not strong, so it just kind of drapes down, but it's good enough, you know. And let's break this down. So this is actually multiple pieces because you can pop all this off and get the base sword, which looks pretty nice as is, typical Gundam sword. But you can remove this and then turn it this way and give it its gun form, whatever. This looks kind of cool, and I think you could probably just rebuild the big pieces of the sword onto here and have like a super gun mode that kind of looked like the aerial rebuild thing, or I guess the aerial rebuild gun would kind of look more like that, because this one came first. But it's pretty neat. I liked it. And then of course they do attach to the shield as well, like just so you don't have the spare parts floating around. They attach, I believe, like so. They just kind of go on here, and the big ones would go up top about here to get your big shield motif, which actually looks really good in practice. Like, I think the color scheme, the red, pink, and gold, really pops on this one, and it looks really nice. Put that on there. So there's your big shield. You have it all combined, and then you can just slap it on top there. Ta-da! So you have your big mega shield with your standard sword. And this looks very nice. I might have to go back and watch this movie because I like this design a lot. And the shoulder pauldron thing actually holds pretty well. It's pretty well put together, I'd say, because it's not drooping very much, if really at all. And you can kind of pose it away and have it something like that, where it's not just falling over because it's so heavy. I think they did a good job at putting that together where it can balance the weight pretty well. And overall, it looks pretty good. Other than adding some like black lines and, you know, some more paint would only make it look better. But it's a $25 figure. You get what you pay for, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I never do, unless if I meant it in a bad way, I'd tell you. But it looks good. You can easily get away with some good flight poses or whatever. And I love the funnel type thing with the shield where they pop off and join the sword to make a big mega sword. I love giant swords. Growing up as a Power Ranger fan, the power sword, I saw that and went, whoa, that's cool. So anytime they have a big crazy sword or giant bladed weapon, I'm all here for it. And I love how that looks. Now we're gonna get some comparisons, how it stands. This always makes me sad. Rest in peace, Lightning Collection. You were taken too soon. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking, but here it is against your average Lightning Collection figure, which is your average like 6-inch action hero figure. Would you ever have a Power Ranger fighting a giant Gundam suit? I don't know, but hey, you know, weirder things have happened. Stands pretty well next to each other. Then, of course, is the easiest one I can grab. SH Figure Arts Gultra Instinct Goku is a Taro edition. They had a video on this as well. It's actually a little bit taller. If you exclude Goku's hair, this figure actually stands a touch taller, which is kind of funny. And then the other comparison I was going to do is right here. Okay, you can just fall over, go to sleep. Is the previous Target exclusive and also Trans Am mode, Exia. So you can see kind of how they look together. Exia's a little bit dusty. Sorry about that. It's been on my top shelf, and I do think they improved on not picking a suit that has a bunch of little pieces that just fall off. Because I love Exia. I love how this looks. Nothing stays on this. And even its little sword here, which is much smaller than this one, has a hell of a time holding up. But I can see the improvements, but also what they kept. This is a slightly darker red, where this one seems to be a more brighter red. Only just, though, because it seems like a more matte colored, I think, is a good way of saying it. whereas this one's more, I don't want to say hot rod red, but you can kind of see just on the legs and on the shoulders, even with the dust on there, it you can see the color pop difference there. This one's a bit more, I think matte's a good choice of word there. Or this one pops more, maybe like a candy apple red. Maybe that's a better description of it. But they both look good. I know they're related in some way, shape, or form. You can see it in the face and eyes and the chest and everything, because they have the GN, I think the GN system's in the chest or whatever that's called, or the GN drive. But if you can find this one, which is pretty easy to find, I'd pick it up. It looks great, and again, as I always preach, for a $25 figure that you just want to mess around with, pose with, and just throw up on your shelf, these look great. They work great for that purpose. You are not buying a giant model kit. You are not buying a $150 Metal Robot Spirits or Metal Build like the ones I have in the back here that I show off. I've done videos on everything in the back shelf. If you want to see any of that, it's on the channel. Shameless plug on my own channel. But like I was saying, if you just want a cheap version of your figure, there you go. Everyone has a favorite model, you know. Everyone has their favorite suit. If this is your favorite and you just want a cheap, easy figure, there you go. 25 bucks. You can find it at any Target. You can probably order it online as well if you really wanted to. And I think they look great for what they are. They're a cheap figure. They're fun to play with. It's gotten me into a lot of suits that I wasn't really that keen on in the first place. Like, it's really taken my love for Tall Geese even further, because having these to play around, because I never really had a Tall Geese figure, and now I have the semi-expensive one just behind Goku here on the stand. It's the Tall Geese 2, I believe. And then having more variants of the Strike, Freedom, and the Freedom Gundams I like a lot as well. I have 2 up here. I have 1 in the box. I have another one in the box, I think, of the Metal Robot Spirits ones. But it gives you a little bit of taste. Like if you're someone like me who doesn't know every single Gundam and hasn't watched every series, this gives you a little bit of a taste for, okay, I like how you look. I'm gonna buy this one. It's 25 bucks, and go, okay, I enjoy that. I like how you look. I like the little story I'm getting. I'm gonna look into this. Maybe watch your series or whatever. And that's how I grew as a liker of giant robots. And I have a bunch more suits that I didn't really like that much, like the old reliable up here, this guy. Come here, you. Easy 8. This one is now one of my favorite suits because I just love how he looks. He's simple, he looks good, and he's clean. And I knew absolutely nothing about him before until I bought his toy, just for the sake of recording and reviewing it. So I think for that purpose, I think this line serves what it's meant to do. And hell, they just keep releasing them, unlike these poor bastards are not getting canceled anytime soon. So go out and pick them up. They're pretty cool. I love them. And I think that's all I got for you today. If you like what you see, leave a like down below. Subscribe for more content like this. Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Reviews and Beyblades. I've been the one, Ron Ryko. And we'll see you guys next time.